morning, everybody. Welcome to the weekend, the 8th of January 2022. How's your first week of 2022 been? For me, it feels like it's been quite slow. I've enjoyed it being slow and just gently easing myself into the year. With the retrogrades at the moment, well, Venus retrograde, particularly, but also Uranus is in retrograde until the 18th of January, and Mercury is going retrograde on the 14th of January. So it just doesn't feel like the forward momentum yet of racing out of the gates. I don't think that's going to come until after the 4th of February. So we have Uranus will go direct on the 18th of January. Venus will go direct on the 29th of January. We have a new moon in Aquarius, innovative new ideas and things like that on the 1st. It's in bulk around the 2nd or the 3rd, depending sort of when you celebrate it. I'll talk more about that when we get near the time. And then on the 4th of February, then Mercury will go direct as well. And at that point, then all the planets will be moving forward. Also in bulk is the Celtic festival, fire festival of the beginning of spring. It's when we see the first signs of nature coming back, poking their heads through the frozen soil and the earth. Around here it's like snowdrops and crocuses. Just start the first sort of signs of the return of nature. So with the astrology, it just feels to me like we won't be really starting to move forward until the beginning of February. This January feels very much of a deep lull, and especially sort of after the last couple of years that we've had and are still going through, it feels like a time to just sort of keep our energies drawn in close to us, reassess, re-examine, nurture, and really give ourselves a strong footing before we step out into the world again fully with our new direction. So that's the way I see things, and how the path that I'm following. So astrology for today, we've got the moon moving out of Pisces, which is the end of the zodiac wheel, and entering Aries, which is the beginning. So another completion and new beginning. Aries being the first sign of the zodiac is very much I am, and about me at the centre of your world. So it's going to make a sextile to Mercury, and then it's going to conjunct Chiron. So what this means is that for sort of most of the day we'll be wanting to put ourselves first and centre stage. We could be uncovering details of information or have new communication with ourselves that give us healing. It could be old wounds, or it doesn't have to be really big things. It can just be like a little notice, a little thing that you notice and go, oh yeah, maybe I want to do that different. Oh, maybe that's no longer true for me. It could be like just little things like that. And I say small things, it could be little insights that are like precursors to tomorrow's activity, where we have the Sun conjuncting Venus in Capricorn, known as a Venus return, and a Venus star point. And so that sparks the next Venus cycle out in the world. So yeah, we're still sort of in this sort of current balancing the yin and the yang from yesterday, and just going with the flow, but now coming much more after sort of all the time, last few days of being out in the universal collective and subconscious collective. Now we're coming back into ourselves at the core and at the centre of who we are here in the 3D world. So that being said, let's have a look at some cards for today. We're going to use the Gaia deck for the general themes, and then we're going to pull some tarot cards to get more insight. So what do we need to know for today? The 8th of January 2022. Messages from Spirit for the collective. What do we need to know for today? Messages from Spirit for the collective for the 8th of January 2022. So at the bottom at the bottom of the deck we've got yin yang. When I was talking about the yin and yang energies from yesterday, I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be funny if yin yang came out of this deck as well? So creating harmony through balance. This, we're still continuing with yesterday's yin-yang energies, coming to peace within ourselves in this process of transformation. Then we have a hidden gift, sadness, an ending and a new beginning. So for me, this translates to the moon moving from Pisces into Aries early on today. We are coming to, with Pisces being the end of the zodiac cycle, it's really a completion, and then Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, we're stepping into a new cycle. And then we have Night Wind, facing fear, subconscious release and healing. Okay, so there may be things that you feel sad about ending, or you're not sure you want them to end, and you could be thinking to yourself things like, well, if I let that go, who will I be? Or, you know, I don't want to be alone, or, you know, whatever. But holding on to something that should be ending is never the way. The way forward is to make peace, to come into balance, and to let the old and the outworn fall away, so that then we can start the new cycle. Let's see what the cards have to say about this. I'm using the Handel deck today. I feel like I've not used this deck for ages, but who knows? Without looking back over my book of when I last used it, it just feels like it needed to come out today. Okay, so what do we need to know for today? The 8th of January 2022. Messages from Spirit for the collective. What do we need to know for today, please? Messages from Spirit for the collective for the 8th of January 2022. Let's see what we've got. The Son of Swords, the Prince of Swords, Son of Swords in the south. The Six of Stones or Discs or Pentacles, success. Alchemy or art or temperance in other decks. The Nine of Stones or Discs or Pentacles, material gain. Six of Wands, victory. The Nine of Swords, cruelty. the 10 of stones or discs or pentacles, richness, and the Magician. And at the bottom of the deck we have the 4 of Swords, truth. Just going to leave that there so let's see what the story unfolds. Okay, so at the centre of the spread we have the Son of Swords or the Prince of Swords. This can be about little bits of information or communication or small messages coming through. To me, this is linking to the moon sextiling Mercury today. So be open and be listening and noticing for small messages, new ideas, information, little details coming in that can help you. In the background, the Moon card, which is our emotions, it's our intuition, and it's what's coming up from the subconscious. We've got the 6 of discs, 6 of pentacles, 6 of stones. This is, and in this deck it's called success. And this is about sort of as we're open and remain open, those little nuggets that come through, little nuggets, little stones, can really help us in our physical realm. Stones or discs or pentacles being about our physical, sort of materialistic 3D reality. So what's coming up could help us in that realm. Mercury card, which is information, communication, the details. We have alchemy. In other decks this is often called temperance, and it's about balancing the energies. For me today it's sort of a continuation of this yin yang energies. The red and the blue in the card, fire and water, opposites, yin and yang, and how we can harness those energies within us and bring them into balance. Okay, and then we've got more things about balance at the top here. So the Venus card, which is our values around love, around money, relationships, harmony, beauty, our feminine creativity. We have the 9 of stones, which is material gain, and then in the Mars position over here, which is our action, our drive, our will, our determination, and our masculine creating out in the world. We have another 9, but this time the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Stones is about being independent and knowing that we can do it on our own and we're not codependent, and that sort of we have self-confidence to do what we need to do. Whereas the 9 of Swords is about self-doubt and anxiety. It's the waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning card. So again, we've got this imbalance between the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang, and part of our job today is to bring those into balance. Okay, so that's important to work on today. Then between them, we've got the Sun card, which is our identity, our core, vitality, inner strength. We have the 6 of Wands. A 6 of Wands is a victory. Okay, 2 6s here today. The 6 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. Success and victory. If we are able to balance these energies, bring them into harmony, then, and as we bring them into harmony, it creates a process of alchemy. Then we can be victorious and have success in our life today. The Jupiter card, which is hope and optimism and good luck and good fortune and expansiveness and freedom and truth and justice. We have the 10 of stones, discs, pentacles, and this is about firm foundations in the physical world, the career, the family, the home, concrete foundations. And I think if we're able to balance these opposing energies within us, then we're laying very strong foundations for this foundation, which can sort of bring success and victory. So what I'm getting is that basically it's all in our hands today. The Saturn card, which is about obstacles and limitations and restrictions and time and timing and responsibilities and commitments. We have the Magician. It's the Magician that performs alchemy. So we're not saying that today is going to be easy to do this. We come across difficulties, have hidden fears to face. There could be sadness and endings, old ways of being. But if continue through and tune into ourselves and go with everything, then we can work with this energy. The card that came out at the bottom was the Four of Swords, Truce. And this is about a card of taking time out for healing. Often in decks, you see a knight laying on top of a tomb thing, sometimes in prayer position. And it's about taking time out, recovery, recuperation. Part of the balancing of the yin and the yang is to be gentle with yourself, to take time out, to not try and force things, to have empathy and compassion for yourself. Maybe empathy and passion is the biggest gift that the Magician can give us at the moment to work through these energies. Underneath the Four of Swords was the Ace of Swords, getting clarity, the gift of clarity from the universe. And then we have the Queen of Wands, who is the Queen of fire energy, of inspiration, of passion, of being in your own fire energy. And then we have the Ace of Cups coming out, the gift of love, of the water emotions, of spirituality. And then below that, we have the Lovers, the ultimate card of balancing that yin and yang, divine feminine, divine masculine energy within us. Okay, so a few hiccups along the way and things, and little things to overcome, but perseverance and being gentle with yourself and tuning in and I would say going with the flow. We can harness those energies and bring healing and balance to ourselves. Okay, so that's the reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If it resonated with you, then please like, share and subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. I'm trying to build this channel this year. And I'm just sort of sitting in the energies at the moment of how to build it. And planning, ready for in bulk, and all the energies going direct. If you'd like notifications on when I publish readings and things, then please click on the wiggly bell. And if you'd like a personal reading from me, see how and where and what's happening for you, then please email me at the email address in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, Have a wonderful day.